was Gucci. How we doing? I hope you're doing good. I'm doing all right. Today, I'm going to show you a cool trick to achieve syncopated tremolos with just 3 LFOs. Changed my life. Maybe it'll change yours. So we have a loop. We have this loop. Oh yeah. Great loop. Great loop. Now, usually when people want to do a tremolo effect, or usually when I've wanted to do a tremolo effect, use AutoPan. You set the phase to 360 or to 0 in the dips, cancels out the sound. When it's up, reinforces the sound. We'll set a rhythmic. We'll put it to 1/8. We'll just change the shape a little bit. And now when we play this loop, yeah, it gives it that pumping, which we all love. But I was like, that sounds good, but what if I want, instead of it just going ha 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 all the time, same volume, what if we wanted to go ha 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 ha, having syncopation in the accents of the tremolo? That'd be cool, right? So I tried a couple different ways of going about it, and this is the best thing that I've landed on so far. So let's get into it. So we're gonna need not 1, not 2, but 3 LFOs, and we're gonna need 2 utilities. So we will drag 1 utility in between the first and the second, the other between the second and the third. We're gonna turn these bad boys off for a second. So first one, to achieve the same effect that we have with the AutoPan, we are gonna set this to rhythmic to sync. We'll put that to 1/8. We will set the mod to just a plus, but we'll do it as -50. And we are going to map this to the gain of this utility. So now when we play this, all right, cool. We get that same little pulsing thing. So the next thing that we're going to want to do is we're going to want to do another LFO. We're going to want to set this one to square, because we're just going to want this to turn on and off just immediately. The first LFO is at 1/8. We're going to put this second one to 1/4. And what this is going to do is it's going to let one peak all the way through at full gain. And then the next peak, it's going to be softer in volume. So this first LFO is keeping that tremolo. And the second one, because it's at half, it's going to leave enough space for the full up and down to be loud first and then quieter. So if we do the same mod of plus then -50 and map this to this gain, let's turn that on. Now, listen to this. Okay, well now it's just completely halved it because we've set the depth completely to 100%. So if we lessen the depth, yeah. So now we feel this this kind of rhythm going to it. Side note, hit like, leave a comment, hit subscribe, and that bell thing. Join that community. Geek out with me on this kind of stuff. Yeah, thanks. So now the third LFO, what this is going to do is this is actually going to control the phase of the second LFO. And what that's going to do is it's just going to shift around when the actual squares are, so that we are choosing different peaks to let the full volume through from the first LFO. So if we turn on this bad boy, let's again set this to square, put it to rhythmic. We want this to just be, we can just make this some rate higher of the second LFO. So I'm just going to put it at 3/4. Oh, and sorry, we're going to want to set this to just +50 because we want phase to go between 0 and then 50%, which is just like a, complete half shift. So we map this to the phase. So now that will go like that. And now we get a pattern that sounds like this. So now we have this kind of like 3/4 like sounding like pattern, which would sound great over a 4/4 loop. One thing though to note, if you can see here on the second LFO, we have these little peaks that are happening in between these, which is happening right when the third LFO is shifting the phase. To kind of help get rid of that, I just put the smooth up to like 14%, and that'll be low enough where it's not going to cause any like little artifacts like in between some of these, especially if the depth is at 100% for the accent LFO or the second LFO. And yeah, that's the entire system. And I have turned it into a rack. It's the rhythm tremolo rack, where I've, mapped all the LFOs and stuff to these different knobs. I've created a bunch of presets. A lot of them, the basic ones, means that it's just going to accent like one thing every measure or a half measure. And then I have the comp, which are the more like complex ones. I also have these off G ones, off grid. They're like kind of like more crazy things. Let's showcase this. So let's go through some of the presets. Let's just skip to the 8th notes, 8th basic. Let's try 5. Yeah, let's go to 16th basic. Oh, this is so good. Cool, let's go off G. Wow. So anyways, yeah, that's what it does. That's the concept. 3 LFOs, 2 utilities, change your life. This rhythm tremolo rack is available on my Gumroad. I'll have that linked in the description. Hit that up. Send me some change. Let me get some coffee or something like that. Yeah, that's it. Cool. Toodles.